regardless of whether you're a sports fan or not, the speech that Zohran gave today is the type of speech that somebody who truly understands what it means to be the leader, what it means to inspire your people. And even the people that normally would not feel inspired by him had something positive to say about this speech. If you're going to give a speech that perfectly captures what it means to a city, because you could say what you want about sports, but think about what a Super Bowl would mean to a Miami Dolphin fan after all these years. Because interestingly enough, the Miami Dolphins have not won the Super Bowl in 54 years. So it's 53. Excuse me. They won back-to-back. That's right. They won.
Can you really, what is that relevant to? Why are we bringing that up? Why are we harping on that? What does that have to do with anything? We're not even in the right season.
Why
are you doing that to me? Stop it.
Because if the Dolphins won the Super Bowl, you would feel the same way. That's all I'm saying.
If the Dolphins won I don't know. I can't, I don't know. In my lifetime, that would be, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Guys, if you haven't yet, please smash that like button. As you know, for the past probably 2 weeks, I would say, it has been clearly obvious that our channel has suffered a heavy hit from the algorithm. And so essentially what's happened, our videos are not getting recommended anymore. None. And so the people who are watching them because they actually like our channel and they seek them out. So to actually get referred to us is not a thing anymore. How long that's going to last, who knows? But with the way we are outspoken about very specific issues that are not in favor of what Alphabet, who owns Google and YouTube and all those wonderful conglomerates together, capitalism, monopolism, really, they're not in favor of what we have to say. So hit that like button if you can and share the stream if you. So here is the mayor of New York City encapsulating the New York Knicks winning a world title for the first time in half a century.
My fellow New Yorkers, for 53 long years we have watched and we have waited. We have watched from nosebleeds and through gritted teeth, on televisions in the windows of electronic stores, and from projectors balanced on fire escapes. We have watched alone in our apartments with our heads in our hands, shoulder to shoulder at bars where the signal flickers, alongside friends and family who we wish more than anything could be here today, sharing this moment. For 53 long years, we have watched the Knicks and we have waited. We waited as the memory of Willis Reed winning the championship on one leg grew fainter and fainter. We waited as Clyde came up clutch again and again. As John Starks dunked on Jordan and Patrick Ewing dunked on the Pacers. As Bernard King scored 60. As Charles Oakley pulled every rebound within reach. As
I have to say something here. Who is saying this? Who is this? Saul. There's no need to shit talk the Spurs. Seriously, just don't.
Fight got in Reggie Miller's face. As Allen Houston put up a shot against Miami that hung in the air for an eternity. As Larry Johnson gave us the 4-point play heard around New York. As Starbury traded threes with Kobe and then sold sneakers every kid could afford. As Nate Robinson stuffed Yao Ming. As the city came alive watching Linsanity.
I want to direct your attention to the small little man sitting there with his leg crossed
have to be more specific.
And his face down, not acknowledging his speech. This is the owner of the Knicks, Jim Dolan, the Cablevision Nepo baby, who invited the president to watch Game 3 in a luxury box, and it proved to be the one and only game in the finals that the Knicks lost. The fact that he has his head down like that.
Is he awake?
No, he's doing this on purpose to show up the mayor. That's why he's doing that.
Really? Because he didn't look that different when he was sitting next to Trump when I saw him watching it. Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, but
you'll see.
Okay.
I just want to keep that in mind because there is a conclusion.
Josie makes a salient point.
Unfortunately, the Irish do wear the drunken moniker quite well.
It's a reality. Okay.
Robinson stuffed Yao Ming as the city came alive watching Linsanity. And as Mello lived every Brooklyn dreams when he came home and made MSG feel like the center of the universe once again. We waited without ever knowing if this day would come, and we waited because we knew deep down in our sick, suffering hearts that it would. New York City, this team has done it. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
We know it's bread and circus. That's not the point. The point is that in a broken world where most people understand that it's bread and circus, they don't really have a lot to hang their hats on. So they have to grasp for something.
Wait, we got to see this for a second. Hold on. Where was that? Where is she? Where I saw her a second ago. Where's his wife? Where's Rama? Yeah. Wait, there she was. All right, hold on. I wanted you to show her. She looks fabulous.
Yeah.
It's like if we're going to be addressing shallow and superficial shit and talking about sports, let's talk about her because she's rocking that cute little outfit she's got
on. I wish you
didn't
she's
do sitting over to his right.
Well, anyway.
I just saw her. She's behind him right now, right? She's in that chair, like literally. Yeah, there she is. Yeah. Look at her. She's so cute. I dig her. She's like a, what do you say? Is she Persian? I know she's like a Persian.
And what I call the MAGA maniacs, they hate her. So
why? She's like, seriously, she's like a Persian Audrey Hepburn.
They hate her. Like
she's lovely.
Well, because she's an avowed socialist. Like she's very proud of being a socialist. Like that drives people nuts.
She's an artist and she's smart and she's lovely. And she's got great. She's very classy and just. I think she's lovely.
She's a typical Middle Eastern bohemian artist in New York.
Okay, first of all, she's not Middle Eastern. Okay, Egyptian. And there's nothing typical about. Just don't.
Okay, North African. How's that? Is that better?
I do not know exactly where her family's from, but I'm not going to say.
If anybody in the chat wants to confer with me, but I'm pretty sure she's
North
Egyptian.
Africa? She's not Moroccan.
I just said Egyptian.
Oh, Egyptian.
Yeah. And that's North Africa last I checked.
Yes, it is to be brought together by pure, unfiltered joy. For as long as we live, we will remember this feeling of a city together. A city alive, a city overcome by happiness. But let's not pretend that this was inevitable. If you will allow me, I want to travel back in time 8 days. Game 4, 9 minutes and 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks are down 20. The analytics guys, the sports betting companies, the pundits who watch from far away, they do what they do. They run the numbers. They calculate the odds. They write the Knicks off. They give the Spurs a 99.6% chance of winning the game.
Go Spurs!
A 99.6% chance of tying up the series 2-2, of reclaiming the momentum with the next game in San Antonio. A 99.6% chance of silencing the Garden, of another year of watching and waiting. Yeah. But there is one thing that the pundits just don't get about this team, that they just don't get about this city. It is in that 0.4% that we go to work. It is in that 0.4% that Jalen Brunson, the same guy that so many said was too small, proves that not only is he good enough, he is the new standard for greatness. It is in that 0.4% that OG Anunoby watches the ball float from the top of the arc and start running toward the basket, fingers reaching towards the heavens. It is in that 0.4% that Karl Anthony Towns finds the strength to mourn his mother and still pull in rebound after rebound, make block after block. It is in that 0.4% that Jose Alvarado shows every kid growing up in public housing that a son of Brooklyn and Queens can win for every one of the 5 boroughs. It is in that 0.4% that Mitch breaks his finger before game 1 and says, go get the tape. It's in that 0.4% that Josh Hart gets rebounds that break teams, that McCall Bridges proves he was worth every single draft pick, that Landry Shamet pulls up from downtown, that every one of these 18 players transforms the franchise, that Mike Brown keeps this team believing. Most of all, it's in that 0.4% that the Knicks do what New Yorkers have always done when we are told something is impossible. We find a way. We win. Standing here before what feels like the entire city, there is a Jalen Brunson quote I can't stop thinking about. I'm gonna tell you. You are allowed to think about the worst possible scenario, but you gotta go out there and do something about it. When Jalen Brunson took that pay cut, my friends, that was doing something about it. Time after time, we thought about the worst possible scenario. And time after time, the Knicks went out there and did something about it. The Knicks did not just win for New York City. They won like New York City. What is New York if not your back up against the wall? A dream that feels just out of reach. A rent payment you don't know how you'll ever make. What is New York if not 99.6% of the world stacked against you? And who are New Yorkers if not people who hear those odds and smile? Who look at a 0.4% chance of success and ask, why are you giving me a head start? This is our city. This is our team. For 53 years we watched. For 53 years we waited. Now we've won.
Again,
New York, say it with me.
Smooth. He is one of the smoothest, best politicians out right now in this country. Like yeah. He's getting up there. He's getting up there with like Bubba levels. I'm just saying.
And what's interesting is that he's capped. I mean, could he potentially make a run at the Senate or the governor's mansion? Yeah, he's definitely got that capability, but he can't be the president. So what he could become is he could become the most influential politician governor in the United States. And he certainly has that capability. And I truly believe, especially with a woman like the one he has at his side, that he's coming at it from a place of genuine care and concern as a public servant.
And people do not shit talk her. Just don't. Just seriously, because she's lovely. She's and I have been corrected. She is Syrian. She's a Syrian Audrey Hepburn.
You also have to remember, and Colin,
no, he was not born in America, Alexander G. He's actually of Indian descent, and he was born in Uganda, actually.
Colin, I need that other clip, please. Zohran to me represents the type of person when the chips are down and you're looking for somebody to give you a little boost. He's that type of guy. David, I understand.
David. I agree.
I understand you feel that way, but that's how you feel. For millions
a lot of people have nothing else to live for, and that's the reality. That's where we're at.
So the way you could look at this is a piece of New York was a part of this championship because there isn't a lot to get excited about. And Mamdani, I think, perfectly captured how a lot of people feel. People are going to ride the wave of the Knicks NBA championship for as long as they can because there's really nothing else to ride. That is the treachery that is sports.
Seriously?
Hold on. Let's assume for a minute that you're a conservative and that, you believe this. Okay, that's fine. Ted Cruz, who was not born in the United States, has run for president and is planning to do it again. And no one in the GOP is stopping him. So when I say that there is an hypocrisy, now I don't think
that's because everybody knows he has no chance of getting anywhere.
That's probably true. There's probably some truth to that.
They're not worried about that.
And on the one hand, when you think about what Zohran represents, how he is supposed to be this inspirational figure that people would get excited about and could see, even in the darkest of light, the positivity that comes with supporting a team. And I agree 100%, Teresa. I think there is something to be said for that, especially with how they played in the finals. They were key. I mean, you can make the argument that OG was the MVP of the series. So what I would also say is that at the same time, in this moment, especially this moment for New York, do not think for a second, and Jen, I need you to pay attention to this.
I'm paying attention.
Jim Dolan could not help himself. He not only couldn't help himself, but he decided to give a nice fuck you to the entire city of New York with this statement.
Look, I don't need your vote. I don't need to quote to you, right? About what happened here, and because if you're real Knicks fans, you know it already.
This is the owner, right? This is the owner?
Yes.
Why does he sound like he's at an event that he has no interest in being at? Like, it's very strange.
Well, because he hates Mamdani. This is a known thing. Like he has publicly spat, if you will, on the mayor.
Oh, so he's a classy guy. Okay, well,
yeah.
Medio, who is this bozo? This is the owner of the Knicks, Medi.
Listen to his first words one more time.
Look, I don't need your vote.
Huh. That's just because you're a rich POS and you could just buy what you want. You're
Correct.
right. You don't need a vote. You're right. You get to pay people that like you because otherwise nobody would.
Who
if
would
people
like
voted, you would. Exactly. No, but people like this have to pay for people to like them and work for them and do what they want.
I also want people to know that Mr. Dolan here, who is the, owner, if you will, of the New York Knicks, his net worth is $2 billion. This is a person who does not identify with everyday people, and he never could because he was born into this wealth. He didn't make it. His father, Charles Dolan, is basically the creator of cable. That's what he did. Cablevision. That's what he was responsible for. And so the heir of the fortune, you will. And when you look into Dolan and all the things that he does, it is textbook. Everything about capitalism that is in the negative is reflected in somebody like Dolan. A rich, spoiled brat who can suck the life out of any good moment for everyday people because his life is grand, extravagant, narcissistic, just like the president's. And he doesn't like seeing the socialist mayor inspire the city. So what does he do in that moment? He pisses on everybody, including himself, but he doesn't care. And this again gets back to one of the big problems in sports, where you can't choose your owners. If anything, imagine what sports would be like in the United States if these were publicly owned companies, like the Green Bay Packers, the only publicly owned professional sports team in the United States. That's one of the reasons why the Packers are so revered. Having that ability is unheralded in sports. It used to be that way, and there used to be families that cared. He absolutely is. He's despised. He's hated that badly. And the way that he is to run the
That's why he doesn't need votes. People like that know that they could never win if somebody had to vote for them. They know that nobody likes them. These are very small people.
And Happy Dad is right. Money can't buy class and it can't buy brains. We see that every day. There's a lot of people that are very rich who, for whatever reason, and yet the masses were giving Dolan thousands of dollars a ticket.
Facts.
Now, if you want to make the argument about the bread and circus, I would agree with you, because there is no justification for what they charge, for what people shell out to go to these games, or for what people will give for that brief moment of enjoyment. Because is it really worth it? No.